Recording started.
There we go.
I like how when you log into this, whatever it is that we use, it reminds you that good lighting will make you look amazing.
You are entering a recording studio.
Good
like,
Thank you.
I'm in my
lighting does
office.
make you look amazing.
We all look amazing.
I can look amazing if I turned all the lighting off.
What a weird thing. I came home for the grocery store today, and Mike is working from home. This is actually his office space. So I came home from the grocery store today, and Mike was still sitting here. I mean, it was like after, he usually works till like 4:30 or whatever. And he was still sitting here, like talking to people on the computer. I'm like, it was like, I don't know, it was after 5 when I got home, and I'm like, what is happening? His coworkers, extroverts, had to have like a little impromptu birthday celebration over the computer.
Oh no!
For somebody on their whatever. Man,
damn
I would have a hard time. I'd be like, "Are you paying me to do this?"
Yeah.
Are you paying me to socialize? I don't think so.
No.
I'm out. I don't give a fuck. I'm out.
I want hazard pay.
Right. Oh God. I don't know. I don't know if people do it. I had my first Zoom this week because I'm doing a program for the library with the Cleveland Museum of Art.
Oh, very cool.
And we're all, libraries are all into programming now that, we can't have people actually in the building. So, so we're having a program with the Cleveland Museum of Art, and it's a virtual program, and I had to do like a test call Zoom thing. It was really awkward, but I mean, it kind of felt like this, at the same time.
It was zoomy.
It was,
I do have to say,
yeah,
the Sqrpt report has really prepared me well for Zoom meetings and WebEx and everything that has become commonplace with the rise of the Rona.
Right.
So, hey,
because it's a little disconcerting to like do a thing like this and see yourself at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you're not used to seeing yourself talk.
No.
Right.
Well, that's why you don't look at yourself. You look at
I was going
somebody
to
else.
say, I try not
Right.
to. Well, the problem is I don't want to be like this. So anyway, guys, and you're like, why are we looking at the back of his head?
Right.
So you kind of, sort of have to.
Block yourself out.
Yeah, you just look at the camera right there.
I'm squishing your head.
The little green dot.
Oh, now I can't unsee the green dot. That means you have the latest
We're all making
version.
the direct eye contact with the green dot. Oh, that's creepy. Stop. Stop it.
It follows you around
Oh my
no matter
God.
where you are. The eyes are following me. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, well, do you know SpaceX blew up another rocket?
Hey.
And now the FAA is giving them grief.
Well, yeah, because Biden, the
Because
Democrats.
Yet again, they're showing that private industry defeats government at literally everything.
Exactly. Can't have that.
Pornhub plowing the streets of Boston to Domino's filling potholes in Philadelphia.
Oh my God.
To space exploration. The private sector is better.
Yep. In every way.
We can't have that. That simply cannot do.
Yeah, that isn't that the argument all the time. But who will pave the roads?
Right.
You know what? You just
Pornhub apparently.
You just made me have a thought, Jay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
And it made me happy.
Was it Pornhub, Alan?
No. You may have just explained how social media gets taken out.
Pornhub?
Because the government can't stand the competition.
Huh.
That assumes that conventional media is an arm of the government,
Right.
which
No.
with the
No,
Democrats
no,
in
no. That's
power-
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. The government, the government, they're used to, they're used to doing their own policies, and, they rig their own elections, the parties, they rig their own elections and all that kind of stuff. And here along comes, Facebook and Twitter and Google, and suddenly they can outrig, an election better than the Democrats can. No, they're not going to stand for that.
That's a good point. They've certainly amplified the fear factor for
Exactly.
coronavirus, for example.
Yep.
They can out fearmonger the government, which is
Oh,
kinda
hell
scary.
yeah. Yeah. And they do that, how they do that A/B testing, and they do all that, manipulation and all that kind of stuff. They do it so much better than and look at how CNN and everybody's viewership is tanked since Biden got sworn in. It's down like 50%.
Because he's boring.
Well, because they don't have Trump.
And they don't do anything with Biden. They can't do anything with Biden.
Right. It's not like they can sit around and trash him.
Right. Well, but I mean, they can't even have a press conference with him.
Right.
Right.
You saw the latest, right? We'd like to have the questions in advance.
I know.
What?
That was great.
Newsflash. That's not a press conference then.
Yeah.
And again,
meanwhile, they made fun of the previous press secretary with her binder with all the tabs. They were making fun of her.
Yeah.
At least she
was
didn't have to
prepared.
circle back.
She was prepared. Yes,
she didn't have to
circle back.
circle.
Oh
Yeah,
my
exactly.
God, the circle back. Don't.
Whatever you do not look up anything involving her name on Twitter, because there is a whole cadre of people who just think she's the greatest and it's wonderful, and it's a wonderful litmus test, if you will, to see how instantaneous the swap was. When Trump called out a reporter, this was the worst thing ever. He hates freedom of the press, and he's a dictator, and he wants to control blah, 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 blah. This Psaki, whatever the fuck her name is, when she dresses down a reporter, she's so brave and wonderful.
Yeah. Has she become the first female press secretary yet?
Oh, well, the first openly gay cabinet member.
Thank you. Yeah. They completely erased Richard Grinnell.
Grinnell's over here going, hello.
Over here. Yeah.
Because again, history began this morning.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people do you think thought Ruth Bader Ginsburg was the first female U.S. Supreme Court justice?
Probably everybody I know.
I would guarantee you it was 80% or better.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep.
Because they made sure the pioneering female Supreme Court justice, they're really good. They don't actually lie. They don't actually come out and say Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the first female Supreme Court justice. But they're very good at the oblique little make craft how they want you to think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which we're seeing right now with what is Pete Buttigieg? He's 4'6". I think he's actually a hobbit. No offense, Brita.
Hey now.
He's shorter than Brita.
I'm pretty sure Brita could dunk on him. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, I could take him anyway.
Well, that's just because white men can't jump.
That's
right?
that's really damning yourself with faint praise.
Yeah, I know.
But he's the first openly gay cabinet member.
Sure.
Well, no, because Grinnell was under Trump, and Trump was anti-LGBTQ, EIO.
At least,
so he couldn't have had an openly gay cabinet member.
At least we already had the first openly gay president.
James Buchanan?
No, Obama.
Abe Lincoln?
Now.
We don't know for a fact that Michelle Obama has a penis.
Yeah.
Meow. Sorry.
I'm not going there. I'm not saying anything about anything.
Let's try to get kicked off of YouTube.
This whole week with the whole Parler, Twitter, just everything that's been going on. I know I'm famous for being the blogger who came out and said blogs are dead.
Yep.
And I wasn't wrong. But I keep thinking like it'll be so nice when I get to the point where I can say, you know what, social media is dead, and I think it's coming. I think it is coming, and I think it's because people are getting sick of.
I think you're right.
Everything. I think it's coming, and part of why I think it's coming is all these split offs like MeWe and.
Well,
I think it's gonna like break the.
Also, a lot of it are people are just fed up with it in general.
Well, sure.
I mean, sure. A lot of people have Facebook accounts, but how many people actually look at it?
Yeah.
I mean, I know lots of people that tell me like, "Oh, I don't do that."
I've been spending a lot of time going through my Facebook. Like, I keep it up on at work because I have to use it for work, for the library, but I spend some time like going through my Facebook feed, like unfollowing and unliking, just like the random shit that somehow I'm like, why did I like that? I don't know.
Right.
What is this thing? Or like, I follow this page and it's called My Modern Met. And usually, at least prior to Biden, it was just all art and design and like cool stuff on the internet. And then all of a sudden I keep seeing like they're inserting like weird stuff that has nothing to do with their main, like art stuff or whatever, like political stuff and yay Pete Buttigieg and I'm like, what? And so I just like something is happening there. Like, they're feeling, I don't know if they're feeling emboldened where they feel like, oh, we own it now and we can just post whatever we want.
Also a lot of it is, especially when you're talking about Twitter, it's such a small percentage of the population of the planet. I mean, Twitter is like,
it's a great echo chamber.
It's not that many people at all, but what it is all the media people and all the politicians.
Right.
And so they feed off of each other. And I don't think anybody else actually looks at Twitter that much. So
it's such a clunky way to pass information though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even understand how Twitter works anymore. Like the retweets and the quote tweets and
I don't understand
and the ratios. I'm just like, what? I don't know. It seems very like not user friendly. I mean, it's not, and I understand it probably like is that way because it evolved as a live thing. It's like Twitter started as like this little thing, and then they just kept adding weird shit on, and then now it is how it is. And if you try to get into Twitter now, it's kind of like, what is happening? How do I even do this?
It is a good question though, Alan. I'm scrolling through. I'm not on Twitter, but
but you can go to their page.
The work,
sure.
But it's not like there's like Facebook. There's like an ad every other post.
Right.
Somebody's paying for something.
Right.
So, we know what they do. They sell
information.
Your personal information to the Chinese.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
Yeah. And whoever else wants it.
Right.
How's that expression go? If you're not paying for it, you are the product.
Yep. All the Robin Hood people found that out.
Yeah. I still do not see. I've never ever had money to invest, so it's kind of a moot point. I'm like, well, if I can't. Well, and they're like, oh, these are the little guys. The little guys that have 50 grand lying around to invest. I'm like, I know about y'all. I ain't got no 50 grand laying around to invest to just throw at some stock that might go up. Nope. That doesn't qualify me as a little guy in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't. I mean, that doesn't say little guy to me in any way, shape, or form.
That guy with the 50 grand was like a financial planner. He wasn't like a really little guy. He was.
Well, there's a
school
of thought that says everything that happened there was absolutely planned as a specific pump and dump.
Of course
operation.
It was. Okay. Yeah. It was, it was a two-front plan. One, it was absolutely a pump and dump plan, which happens all the time. That's all the stock market is pump and dump.
Right.
That's all they ever do. The second prong of the plan was to screw the hedge fund. because
Right.
they saw that exposed hedge fund with their butt hanging out wide open, and they were like, let's get him. And they knew that if they could drive the price up a little bit, the hedge fund would lose a lot of money, and they
Right.
drove it up way more than they ever expected.
Right.
So, but you also had a lot of people that had like their $600 stimulus check, and they're like, I paid the rent, and I had a couple $100 left over, so I bought GameStop, and then the price went back down. So
I think the best thing to come out of that was Elizabeth Warren, the vaunted champion of the people, coming out saying we've got to help those hedge funds.
The best thing was, like George Carlin said, it's a club and you ain't in it.
That's right.
Yep.
And everybody knows it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a club and you ain't in it. So, speaking of club and you ain't in it.
What?
You want to talk about your unemployment scam?
Oh, all I'm going to say is if anything happens, you were visiting me for the weekend. All right.
Thank you.
There we go.
I mean,
I was like, no. We went into DC.
Oh no, it's way bigger than that, Jay.
Oh no.
Brita has a story.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. It feels, I found out about it on Monday, and it feels like it's been 2 weeks since Monday. It's been like one of those weeks that has just been brutal. So I was at work on Monday, and Mondays at the library are cray-cray. And I mean, like, even without, anyway, it's tax season and it's crazy at the library, and Mondays are the worst. Anyway, so I'm in the midst of reference desk chaos, and the dude who handles like all of our payroll and all the, accounting shit for the library. And this was about, I don't know, he came out about 11:30, and it had been, crazy for the past 2 hours. And and he's generally an asshole anyway. Let me just put that out there. He's just an asshole. So I'm in the middle of the reference desk chaos. The phone is ringing off the hook and like nonstop on top of everything else I have to deal with. And he comes out and he stands at my desk and he does this like asshole pose near my desk. And in between phone calls, he says to me, "So, did you apply for unemployment?"
Oh, God.
Was he holding a coffee cup?
No.
Oh.
Did he ask you to come in on Saturday? That'd be great.
He's that guy. He's totally that guy. Oh, my God. And so, and I'm like, and a couple, like the week before, we had an email that had been put out about how library employees across the state of Ohio had been like, somebody is signing them up for unemployment, but it wasn't them. And I got the email and I was like, that
Okay.
sucks.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, I was confused. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And the phone's still ringing, by the way, and I'm still having to do my job. And he's, telling me that my identity was stolen and somebody applied for unemployment benefits using my name and my social security number.
Oh.
Yeah. The whole thing is so fucked up. I can't even. And so, I kind of, when you hear about identity theft, like you're like, oh God, it's so scary. Like they have your social security number and they can do anything now, and then you're fucked for the rest of your life. Like that's what's in my head, right? Like, I don't know if that's true or not. And I'm sure there's ways.
It can be.
Yeah.
Right. It can be. So, oh God.
They have any idea how they might have gotten the information? Sorry.
Yes.
Let me
Okay.
let me give you a loaded question.
So, it's kind of like, what do I do now? And there's this website you go to, and you tell the government how you were part of a fraud. And so anyway, so I find out later, like the next day, I have a friend who works for the police department in another city, and she said that she's been dealing with a ton of these identity fraud things. Like, people come in to make police reports. And so I was talking to her about it, and she said that I can't even think about this too much because it makes me so angry. I just want to like pop. So she told me that, hang on, give me a second. So she told me that because of the coronavirus, people were applying for a lot of unemployment and a lot of financial support from the government. And so what would normally take place, like when you apply for unemployment, there's like a lot of vetting that occurs, right? So there's lots of, hoops that you have to jump through, and lots of checks and stuff. So because of the coronavirus and everybody being forced out of work by the government, the federal government told the state of Ohio to just, maybe don't do all those vettings.
Oh boy, what could possibly go wrong?
And let's just push it through so that all these people can get their financial help. Yeah. So
Brilliant.
yeah. So this opened up the door to all this sorts of fraud, and nobody really can explain like what's going on with the fraud or how it occurred, but the fraud was this identity theft fraud thing was so widespread throughout library employees throughout the state of Ohio that, the Ohio Library Council is becoming concerned. So, but nobody can really say like what's going on. The best they can do, but God, it's like, it's insane. It's insane. So so I went to the police station today with all my paperwork that I've gotten. I've gotten like some things from the, unemployment thing, and a letter was sent to my employer. And so I have copies of everything, and I go to the police station because I was told that I need to go to the police station, make a police report because of identity theft. So I get there today, and I'm told that they cannot take the police report because the problem is so widespread, and there's no way they can follow up on it.
Jay's face palming.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm monopolizing the whole show with this.
No. I'm enraged on your behalf, if that's acceptable.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like,
it's crazy.
Yeah. So I go to the police. I go to the police thing, and they say, "Oh no, we can't take a report because there's no way for us to follow up." And I'm thinking, okay, but
Yeah.
And so then the lady, she's very nice, and I'm not faulting her at all. And because she's probably, she's probably like me with the tax questions. Like she's probably done this all day long. And so she told me of a website to go to.
Oh boy.
If you don't laugh, I will cry.
Yeah.
So she gives me a website to go to. Okay. The website is an Ohio government website. And it's so that you can log into this. Okay. You go to the webpage and you put all your information in, and you tell them that you're a victim of this widespread fraud. But one of the things on the website, you have to type in your social security number.
Oh my God.
That's probably
So, okay.
Ah,
So what I'm dealing with here is, okay. The
Crazy.
government caused this problem.
Yes, they did.
They caused this
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But now I'm supposed to go to another website,
Yep.
government website,
Yep.
and trust that they're going to make it better
right.
Of course.
by typing in my social security number that was stolen already. Like, what? What the
Right.
fuck?
Yep.
I don't know. At this point, I'm just like, well, okay.
This could be your chance for a new start.
I wish. Like,
I was frauded.
Yeah. No,
I-
just not tell them you're an illegal. You know, it's not, I'm a dreamer. There we
Right?
go.
Yeah.
Give me a new everything.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, so now, and the lady actually told me that, and this was interesting. She said that a lot of police and law enforcement employees, not necessarily officers, not officers, but like, you know, the office people and the secretaries, and this has started happening to them too. So it's like, it's oddly like a state employees, city employee type
Yeah.
situation. And then she asked me, she said, well, what's your retirement through? I said, PERS, which is Public Employees Retirement. And she's like, oh, me too. So like, is that the factor? Was it like somebody hacked the PERS, or was it an inside job? Nobody knows. But feel safe to go to this government website and
Right.
type in all your bullshit with
Right.
your social
Right.
security number, and good luck.
Yeah, you know that site's going to get hacked. It's a target.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
God.
It's a
it is crazy.
Kafkaesque nightmare.
It is.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
the one place you figure, you know, you go to the police, they're supposed to help you. I mean,
Yeah.
remember,
Yeah.
they're the ones that are the only ones professional enough to have guns, right? 'Cause
Right.
They're the ones they'll protect you. Why do you need a gun? The cops are there.
Yeah.
You know, why
I guess
do you
the
need
police
this?
chief has come out and said, no, we're not taking any of these reports anymore because there's nothing we can do about it. I was told that I'm supposed to keep track of everything now, my bank account, my credits, my every fucking thing. I got to watch every day for the rest of my life, apparently. And if something happens where somebody like opens an account in my name or steals money from my bank account or whatever, then I can go to the police. But as it is now, I am like trusting the state of Ohio, who is the one who fucked me in the first place,
Right.
to make it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have lots of confidence in that.
I assume you're monitoring your credit score as well.
Well, you know, I
Because
will get to it this weekend.
if-
I
if
just
some-
am. I'm gonna-
I mean, I'm looking at it from my point of view, which is they could try to take money out of my account. Ain't nothing there. But I wouldn't want somebody opening up a bunch of credit cards or getting like a car loan, or,
Right.
you know, that would be the more concerning thing to me.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, but Brita just laughed. She's like, "Oh shit!
She said she lost power.
Oh no! Oh, that's it." Apparently, Ohio Electric just got her information and decided she wasn't a person.
I'll drop her out until she comes back.
Yeah. I mean, the worst part is I wish I could say I was surprised.
I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I could say.
Yeah, this is this is how many you've seen the reports where, you know, how many millions of dollars got paid to accounts like overseas and stuff like that.
Yep.
People were signing up for this stuff left and right. That thing about where you could get a business loan.
Yep.
For X number of employees. It was like half of them are completely made up and fraudulent. It's like, oh yeah, I run a business and I got 30 employees and I need $1 million.
Yep.
And what the rule was, if you're, I think there was a cutoff. They said and they come out and told you this. If it was under like something like $2 million, they'd never check. Oh my God, what could possibly go wrong? You're telling me up front that if I ask for less than $2 million, you're not going to check and make sure it's legit.
You're just going to you're going to send me $1.5 million and never check back again. And the best part is it's all Trump's fault.
Oh yeah.
It happened under his administration, his totally non-gay administration.
God. Yeah.
And when we're bringing wheelbarrows of money to the store to buy a loaf of bread,
right?
Everyone is going to be, how could this happen? I don't understand it. Yeah. Why are we eating the zoo animals?
Yeah, ask the Venezuelans. That used to be a prosperous country. We used to be a prosperous country. Yeah. Till the elites sold us out to the Chinese.
I thought it was the Russians. We heard Russian collusion, which
well, that's just because all the people were paid by the Chinese to say it was the Russians. You know how that works.
I was kind of going over that today in my head, and just how on earth you got to the point of people believing that Donald fucking Trump was a Russian agent. You could not put that into a fiction novel. People would be like, the fuck is wrong with you? He's a guy who was involved in fucking professional wrestling in the 80s. That's how well known and famous he was. Well, he does business. Of course he does. The guy's got how many companies? It's mind-bogglingly stupid.
Yeah.
And yet they impeached him for the first time over that, and now we've got a second trial going on.
Sure, why not?
And apparently if they fail to impeach him, they'll just impeach him again and then again. And
why not?
That was literally the fastest I've ever seen government move. They did not move that fast fucking after September 11th, for Christ's sake.
No, they didn't.
Maybe Pearl Harbor. We declared war the next damn day. So, but to get articles of impeachment drawn up, voted on, and approved in a week, I can think of no, certainly not in my lifetime, of the government working that fast.
No.
So,
welcome
back, Brita.
I wanted to say, and I meant to say this at the beginning of the show, but I just wanted to say hello, my fellow domestic terrorists. And everyone listening to this show, you're also domestic terrorists. So just embrace your,
Alan, I was a domestic terrorist before being a domestic terrorist was cool.
Oh yeah.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, we were all in the Tea Party, right? We were all like into the Tea Party.
Jay works for the devil, so
well, yeah. Yeah, I know we're not allowed to talk about the NRA, but I'm going to obliquely talk about the NRA. It has nothing to do with the NRA, really. But Jen Psaki today was making a statement about gun owners and how Joe Biden was, had it on his list of things to do to make things safer for guns and kids, and and he took down the NRA twice. He took them on and won twice. The NRA. When? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's probably a lie. I mean, like, who cares, right? But the thing for me is always like, why do they keep bringing up the NRA? Like, I'm not in the NRA.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay. But it's not about the NRA. It's about us. It's us, the people. It's. I know they try to push it off on. Oh well, there's this powerful NRA entity, and it's forcing all the Americans to love guns. No.
How many guns were sold last year? Wasn't it like 40 million?
Yes.
There aren't 40 million members in the NRA.
2 million
We'd
guns
like there to
in
be.
January alone. 2
if-
million in January alone.
Right. January was like the most ever.
Yeah.
Most of any month ever. So it's just going to keep going up.
January set 4 records.
Right.
January, the 3 highest weeks for Nick's check and the highest in a single day.
Wow.
Like
Nice.
basically it was,
wow.
We sold the most guns ever this week. Next week, we sold more guns than we sold last week.
You know what?
Next
The
week.
manufacturers must be cranking them out so fast. It's not even funny. Because where else? I mean, where are they getting these guns to sell? You'd think they'd be sold out by now. I know the ammo's all sold out.
Yeah.
I can't comment.
It's all in Jay's basement. Jay has a word.
The gun manufacturers all running like 3 shifts, and they're going like crazy, man. Pump it out. And I bet you the SHOT Show doesn't happen this year. What do you think?
No.
Next year? No, it'll happen next year.
This year, 2021.
It was already canceled, that one.
Oh.
For 2021?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's in January.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
They canceled the Houston Rodeo for another year, and that's bigger than the SHOT Show.
Yep.
That was a big deal. It was a big deal when it got canceled last year. It was an even bigger deal when it got canceled this year. I mean, there's stuff that's not going to recover from. I mean, we're going to have it's going to be like, BC AD before COVID, because the life is not going to be the same when we come out of this.
No.
There's going to be too much destruction, too much devastation, too many businesses gone out of business. It's just not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same ever again. No matter what the government does, they'll fuck something up. They're going to fuck it up.
Right.
It's going to be awful.
They can't pump out that much money. That's the whole thing. They've gotten themselves in too big of a hole for even the government to dig people out of.
Oh, they can pump it out. You ain't seen pumping yet.
Well,
gonna need a wheelbarrow full of cash for a loaf of bread.
Just wait.
You can't just magic food into existence,
Well,
they're trying to level best to friggin' kill the power industry.
Yes.
You can't move natural gas. You can't frack for natural gas. And you can't build nuclear power plants.
No.
And every car in America is going to run on electricity.
But you can put a solar panel in your house, Jay. And a windmill.
And put a windmill in your backyard.
Right.
And still not be able to generate enough electricity.
No.
For your house and your car.
Well, you'll have a light. It'll be like those huts in Africa where they got like a little solar panel.
Yep.
And you have electricity. It's just enough power to charge your cell phone and run like a little light bulb.
You
and that's
have electricity 4 hours a day.
Right.
What was the Great Reset? You'll own nothing and you'll like
and be
it.
happy. Right. Oh God.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean John Kerry though.
Oh
no. Well, you can't expect a person like him to fly commercial. Come on.
Okay.
The thing that got me was they were questioning John Kerry of why he took this private plane to Iceland. Yeah, it was Iceland.
Right. Yeah.
Why did he take a private flight to Iceland? For an award about environmental stuff.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, do you need that award really? I mean, you could have said, "Oh, thank you. Send it to here's my mail. Here's my address." You could
have a virtual ceremony, which they've been telling us for the past fucking year.
You little people.
You do not understand how the club works because you're not in it.
That's right.
I understand it perfectly. And again, I'll start taking coronavirus seriously when they start acting like it's serious.
Absolutely.
And they're not acting like it's serious.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been from day fucking one, that's been the single biggest sticking point for me, is they keep going on, you're going to kill grandma, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, right. Don't you care? Well, you know what? maybe show me, act like it's serious.
Can't kill grandma. Cuomo already did it.
Yeah.
And got an Emmy for it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in his defense, he earned that Emmy because he really did portray someone who looked like they cared. So,
yeah.
He
needs an Oscar next.
Yeah, he does.
You've got these governors who are in mayors who are like, oh, you can't go visit your family for the holidays while they're at their vacation home in Mexico. They know this is nowhere near as serious as they're making it out to be.
Right.
And it's like, I see the death toll rising. It's over 500,000. Just stop it. Stop it. It's fucking bullshit. They recorded in the past 40 weeks, they recorded 65 cases of the flu. That is absolutely fucking statistically impossible.
65 across the country?
65 in the entire fucking country over 40 fucking weeks.
Okay.
65.
Well, it's because we're all wearing masks, Jay.
Yeah, exactly. The same precautions that won't stop the spread of COVID magically made the flu completely statistically it's gone. It is only this much more still around than fucking polio. 65. Normally we see 100,000 deaths. We see like several million cases.
Yeah, but we talked about that before, Jay. Those were guesses.
But still, you don't go from 100,000 to 100,000 deaths.
Yes, you do.
1 million cases, to 65.
Yes, you do. But you know how you do it? Because for the last 20
numbers are all made up and the scores don't matter.
That's exactly right. Because what they've done is, in order to derive the flu deaths every year in the past, they would take the total deaths minus all the deaths that had an explanation, and what was left was flu deaths.
Yep, and they've ported it over to coronavirus.
And now they're doing the same thing. Exactly. Everything they don't have an explanation for, plus whatever else if you died in the presence of corona, you died from corona.
Mm.
So the only way they can know if somebody died of the flu is if during the autopsy they test and find out they had flu, which was 65 people. So that's, you could make the case that the flu has never been all that big.
Right.
Some people died from it because, realistically, some people are going to die from everything.
Sure.
Yep. People die of the common cold.
Right. Which is a coronavirus.
Although, do you know what people don't die from? Being beaten with fire extinguishers.
That was a great segue.
Ooh, did you like that?
That was really brilliant, Jay.
I'm proud of that.
That was amazing.
That's another one.
You get the best segue of the show award for this.
That's
for sure.
For those who may not have been following, there was after and my God, if I see fucking CNN and those motherfuckers, the insurrection. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
We'll show you an insurrection.
Idiots acting stupid.
Yeah.
Don't call it a fucking insurrection. It's the dumbest fucking thing in the fucking world. It was a coup attempt. You can't call what happened in fucking Myanmar a coup, although they finally did.
Yeah, but it took them a while.
It took them a lot longer to call what happened in Myanmar, where they were running fucking armored vehicles and tanks into the fucking government.
Did you see that video?
Oh my God! Yeah, the woman doing yoga or whatever she was doing, and in the background there's like
that was great.
Doing aerobics.
She's like,
"Wow,
I'm just gonna keep doing this. Pretend I don't see it." It took them longer to declare that a coup than what happened January 6th. So anyway, they made a big deal. Right. Oh, 5 people were killed. 5 people were killed. 5 people were killed. Well, let's see. We know 3 people had heart attacks.
Right.
Which, I'm sorry, it's bullshit to say, oh, the coup killed them. No, because A, it wasn't a coup, and B, heart attack, they could have been running for a taxi or gotten a phone call, an unpleasant phone call. And
you get a few hundred people, you get a few 100,000 people together anywhere, somebody's going to have a heart attack. I mean, that's just statistics.
It's like, no, you can't. That's specious at at the very that's the nicest thing I can say is that specious. I would call it an outright fucking lie, especially in light of the Capitol police officer who they told us was brutally beaten by protesters in their rush to get in the Capitol, except they could find no trauma whatsoever.
So what did he die from?
That's what they're trying to figure out. The coroner can't figure it out.
Heart attack.
Heart attack could have been an aneurysm. It could have been, maybe the Rona. We don't know. But what it wasn't was blunt force trauma. And what irks me the most is they fucking knew that on January 6th. They knew he hadn't been beaten to death. They knew that for a fucking fact, but they let it get out.
Sure.
They let it promulgate and fester so that you could say, oh, look at those hypocritical people. They're all law and order, but they murdered a cop, except that they didn't.
And the one person that was actually killed by somebody else. Was killed by a cop.
An unarmed veteran.
Unlike every other police shooting in the last 4 years, we don't know who the cop was.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah. Not only
Isn't
do
that
we
strange?
not know who the cop was, Alan, we also don't have any video footage of her rushing at the cops with a gun, a knife, her bare hands trying to attack them. We have no footage whatsoever. Of that shooting.
She was just.
We saw. What the fuck was his name kneeling on George Floyd's neck? We saw that. We got that video. We got the Michael Brown video. The hands up, don't shoot. Oh, wait, except that was another fabrication. We got all of that, but not the Air Force vet who was murdered.
Uh-oh.
And isn't it kind of interesting that all cops are bastards? We've seen 6 months of all cops are bastards. And what do? This guy who died mysteriously is lying in state. Now, look, guy died while he was doing his job. That's unfortunate. It's terrible. It shouldn't have happened, etc. There is no justification other than you're continuing to push this false narrative that this was some kind of horrible attempt to overthrow the government and not just a bunch of people who spent the last fucking 8 months watching rioters burn shit and get whatever the fuck they want through their violent action. You spent 8 months reinforcing, if you want something, burn shit down, break shit. That's how you get results.
What did AOC say? Protests are supposed to make you uncomfortable.
That's right.
Oh yeah, and they were threatening her life from a building many blocks away.
That has been the best part of this week, actually.
The David Hoggification of
honey.
What was it? AOC Smollett was trending, but it's Smollett's not 100% accurate. She never actually said that protesters broke into her office and threatened her life.
Yes, she did.
Well, she thought it was, but it was actually a police officer.
She said that Ted Cruz tried to have her murdered.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And her entire story is complete bullshit.
Yes.
From start to finish.
She feels that it's true, though.
Right.
Right.
She feels. She felt like she was in danger.
Lying, sociopathic bent.
Well, that's how these people think, though. It's like reality versus their feelings. It's always that way.
She's in the club, Alan.
And we ain't. Yeah.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yep. I mean, do I think that she was scared?
No.
Sure.
I don't think she was scared.
She may have been.
I don't.
No, I don't think she was. I think it's complete made up bullshit.
She's done nothing but act.
Yeah.
The entire time she's been.
This is the latest version of her staring at an empty parking lot through a chain link fence and
crying.
That's one of the theories about her, is that she's just an actress.
Yeah, she is.
And a mouthpiece for whomever.
Somebody was making the point that back when her campaign manager was running the show, she had all these witty remarks and had all these things to say, and all this kind of stuff. And she got rid of him and got somebody new. And suddenly she's just a boring, crazy person who doesn't have anything even slightly intelligent to say. So she's always been just a mouthpiece for somebody else's words.
And can I just say I have a new favorite congressional person?
Who?
It's Laura Boebert from Colorado.
Oh yeah.
She's pretty good. Yeah.
When she came out and said Ilhan Omar is questioning my mileage reimbursement while she was funneling $1 million to her husband, asterisk, not her brother, the other one. I mean, just, oh, damn. Damn.
Yeah. Brutal.
I mean,
Yeah.
I want to resurrect Macho Man Randy Savage from the fucking grave because that was savage. Oh, yeah, brother.
Yeah. That was good.
I mean, I was like, woo! Oh, no, you didn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Tig
Oh
says
my.
it's time.
Feeding time.
He's like,
I have a really quick show and tell.
Huh? The House
Okay.
Panther requires tribute.
yes, the House Panther.
This isn't my show and tell. I
wait.
know we're at the end of the show.
Is that
No.
a wallet that says bad motherfucker?
Well, kind of. This is a wallet that was given to me by Howard Corbett, who was a friend of my father. And Howard carried this wallet in World War II.
Wow.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I know. I guess he was friends with my dad, and he was like a little older than my dad. And he gave me a whole bunch of stuff that he had with him, like during the war. And I don't know why he didn't give it to his kids or his grandkids, but he just,
Because he thought you'd care and they wouldn't.
I know. And I still have it and I still love it. But so this is, I mean, it's beautiful leather.
Yeah.
It's not the cool part.
Oh.
So on the inside,
Oh wow.
Oh.
he wrote
Damn.
Where he was.
He was.
Wow. Sicily,
And-
Italy, Corsica, France, Germany.
Yeah.
Wow.
With the dates.
That's
and-
impressive.
Dang.
So
And all the wow.
all the yeah, and so
all the
you can
operations
see
he
it.
was in.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Howard E. Corbett.
Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah.
That is.
And I remember him so fondly, and I never had a grandfather of my own, so he was kind of like one of my substitute grandpas. And
That is cool.
I love it so much, and I keep it in my little cabinet over there. Yeah, and he was just the sweetest man. So that's
Amazing.
my little show and tell.
Awesome.
There you go. Anyway,
Cool.
it's been a weird week,
Yes, it has.
but I'm happy to have ended it with like a happy little
That's neat.
memory. Yeah.
Very
All right.
cool.
Well,
Thanks, guys.
I guess we're done.
Yeah.
It was good to see you this week. I really kind of needed to
Yeah.
hang out.
Tig says we're done though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tig
I
is
know.
definitely, he's like, y'all motherfuckers are done.
Show's over. Feed me.
Stop breaking stuff. I need food.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we'll be back next week.
Good night.
Same
Bye.
scroll time, same scroll channel.